Okay, Fredrik.
Yes.
So we have a lot of people watching the vlog.
Yeah.
And they've seen all this action. We're traveling, we're starting new gyms, we're making new concepts, all of these things. But there's a lot of interesting people behind this concept, behind the company.
Yeah.
And each one have their own stories.
Yeah.
And so today we thought it would be interesting for me and you
To talk about me?
to talk about your story, your journey,
Yes.
and how you got here.
Yeah.
Let's start with an easy question.
An easy one.
An easy one.
Personal question.
What would you say if you were to tell the audience about your background and your upbringing?
Well, I grew up on a big farm on the countryside of Norway. We had lots of fun growing up. I learned very early ages to drive a tractor,
Yeah.
Around 6 years old, I think I was, when I drove around the field with a tractor. So my parents were very kind and loving, and they gave us boys a lot of freedom.
Yeah.
But also we did take a lot of responsibility for what we were going to do, and we helped out a lot working on the farm, stuff like that.
So you had to do help out with everything on the farm.
Yeah.
From all the things you do at the farm, which I know nothing about, of course. But
No, yeah. So from early ages, we helped out and did what was necessary, and also my father was the CEO of a very big company, so he was very busy and traveled a lot, and also on his spare time he was a farmer.
That's good. But what would you say? Would you say that were helping you into your entrepreneurial journey?
I think I knew from very early age that I wanted to be like a businessman.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until, I guess, when I was like 14, 15, that's when I was really starting to think about how that... I started to imagine how that would be, and I was reading the financial papers and following the stock markets and stuff like that, so that's when these dreams kind of started to grow in me, I think. I think also that in that age I thought I was pretty sure that I didn't want like a normal job. I wanted to do something else, something a little bit different.
Yeah.
And be own my own company.
Yeah.
Those dreams were pretty clear to me when I was 16, 17. But still, as opposed to you, I did the sensible thing, and I went to school and got a degree in business and a normal job.
And a normal job.
And then I started business.
Because you had a education in business economics.
Yeah.
And then you worked for a very short time, didn't you?
Yeah.
For a financial company or something like that.
Big investment company in here in Oslo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then your entrepreneurial journey started.
Yes.
And how did that?
Well,
how did that start and how did that go?
It started out in well, we ended up in a burger cafe.
Yeah.
Where we were discussing where to start a gym. Because we had seen a couple of locations. Do you remember that?
I remember.
While
eating burgers.
While eating burgers. I think it was Malik's Cafe or something. Malik's Big Cafe. Yeah. So I started that slowly because I had a job then.
Yeah.
But I got more responsibility in my job, but also the gym was growing quite fast.
Yeah.
So it didn't really take long until I had to make a choice to jump on this full time, or if I wanted to pursue a career in the financial business, the normal way of working and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that was a pretty easy choice. It wasn't very. It was a given. I don't think it was really ever very realistic that I would have chosen to still work with this financial company and stuff.
No.
So I jumped on it, and I've never looked back since. So a lot of hard years then,
Yeah.
a lot of work, long hours. Normal working day was like from 8 o'clock in the morning until 10, 11 in the evening.
Yeah.
Every day of the week. And but you know, slowly we
Managed to grow
grew,
it.
yeah, and made a good living out of it. And yeah,
But
it's very satisfying.
something that's interesting is, of course, like you, as you said, you actually started school. You did the right thing. You had a normal job for a very short while. But that for many people is maybe more difficult to leave that road to more uncertainty, because you had a very certain corporate future, and then to something like this. And I think a lot of people are, have a big issue with that. But most people don't do what you did and actually went for the dream.
No.
So what do you think was your most important how did you manage to take that decision and actually do that? Choose much less money for a while.
I think that's a very good point, and I think many people of today is too stuck in their ways and their life and their comfort and safety of a job. Of course, many people, not all people should run their own business.
Definitely not.
Because you wouldn't have the nerves, or like you would be nervous all the time and scared. It's also like for many years, or like some years, many of my friends made more money than me, stuff like that. You have to be prepared for that, or to just, you have to be willing to pay that price. It's not just about money, but also kind of your social status, and that you may not be able to join for when the boys are going on vacation because you're stuck at work, because you just have to do the things you need to do and then run your business, and it's too small for someone else to take over. You can't leave, stuff like that. You have to pay that price. But then when things are running smoothly, it's of course a lot better.
Very satisfying. A lot more freedom.
Yes, definitely. I haven't really thought about what actually made me take that decision. What would have...
what was the...
Why did I not just choose the safe option? It's just, I think that's buried in my personality, and the magnitude of the dream. Because those feelings and the dream of running my own business was so strong that it just had to happen. And
you had it from you were like 15, 16, and this has been inside of you all the time, and then when
then I had the opportunity, then I knew that I just had to jump on that.
Have to do it. But did you have then also like mentors or role models, stuff like that did inspire you, or like people you thought about? You could be like them or read about, or...
It's a very boring answer, no.
I had a very good one.
Actually. You did?
I think I said Richard Branson.
One of them. I think I've always Yeah, because that's been a role model for you.
Yeah.
Like
I read about him, and
yes.
like it's and many others too, but that's
Yeah.
the one I specifically remember.
Yeah. Oh, but it's about me now.
But you can't remember anyone specific, or
not really, because for some reason I just don't have role models. I have myself as a role model. I know what I want, and I just work very hard for that. Of course, I've had many discussion partners, like people you spar with and discuss with. You are very important, one of those.
We done that from early on.
I did also discuss a lot with my father and my brothers back in the days when I started up. But I've always been kind of like I want to do things on my own, or I don't want help. I just want to fix things for myself. And that's a very I can still feel that personality today. That it's kind of hard for me to ask someone for help and stuff like that. I just keep working until I nail it. But that has a price as well. Kind of. It's very tiring sometimes.
But I get it. But that's also has to be do with focus and of course also work ethic. So let's get into that. Because you have a very good work ethic. And of course, since you know for many years build first a gym, and now together with me build a bigger business. How do you think you got that work ethic and focus to actually follow through on this? Where did it come from?
I think my work ethics comes from my upbringing and my family. Both my parents was hardworking, and also uncles and grandparents. They've been they have a long tradition in running grocery stores and being farmers, and you know, it's
business people.
It's always been a lot about work. But they and my family, I think, has had a very good view about work. That it's a positive thing. And that they've always involved the whole family. And you know, you work hard, and then they make a big dinner where everybody sits down and you know, eats and relax and talk about the day, and like it's like an old traditional farmers
mentality.
About everybody is included, and everybody needs to be a part of what to do. But in a positive way. And we've also had kind of a lot of fun with that. And also I guess my father was very he's been always very hard working. I imagine today he would probably have some ADHD diagnosis or something, I think, because ADD, diagnosed, I don't know, because I mean, where he got the energy from, and I know now, as a grown-up, with my own children, I mean, we were 3 kids, and he was the CEO of a company with almost 4,000 employees, and running the farm, and my mom was also working as a hairdresser, and like,
had a lot
of energy. So I think I've had some of that.
Let's go back to the gym again. The first, you know, the business. You had this, you started that, you made a living, a good business from that. And at what time did you like see that you can do something bigger with this?
I don't know if there was like one defining point, but I think that when I saw that this is working. I made a living from the first gym and it was running smoothly. I think it didn't take very long until I felt that I wanted to do something more.
Yeah.
Like expanding, doing, developing
new challenges.
Yes, being more than what you are today.
Yeah.
And I mean, we've been together with you. We've been talking about this we started, I guess, to talk about more and more those kind of things.
Yeah.
And then that kind of materializes in a strong wish to grow and to do something more.
Yeah. And of course, it started with that you had a good business.
Yes.
And you saw that this could probably be like many places.
And of course, when you have that first business, the first business that is actually working, that makes you. Then you then you can obtain two things. Number one, you can grow confidence. In what you do, right? When you actually believe that it's possible to do something more, and you might manage to get some money to invest in that future. And that's when you start making the next steps.
Next step,
And I think we've actually been very good at finding new challenges. Setting new goals all the time. I think it's a very unique partnership that you and I have. And of course we are very good friends. But we have been for like
many years.
20 years.
20 years.
And it's not a lot of people who manage to stay friends and business partners for so long. And that's
I
pretty
agree.
unique.
And it's much better to become friends through the business than start a business with a friend from childhood.
Actually,
I think that's something completely different. But that's another story.
That's another story. Let's make that
that's another
blog episode.
But Fredrik, it's when people watch our vlog and they watch other vlogs or they read stories or whatever. Usually it's the nice cars, it's the successes, it's the things flying high, traveling, building, making money. But of course, behind that, we know there's a lot of things happening. There's a lot of mistakes. There's a lot of setbacks. And that's also important for people to know.
Yes.
And what would you say when you look back at this entrepreneur career, were your biggest mistakes or failures or things like that?
I don't think we haven't really had like one big thing that has just like exploded in our face or crashed or something.
No.
I think it's about to do with the people we hired. And when we hire people, I think we could have been much more brave in hiring really top people to help us grow the business. I think we realized that a little bit too late than compared to what we should have. Then we could have been to a completely different place now if we started what we do now. If we started that like 3 years sooner, 5 years sooner, we would be in a completely different place now. So pressing on, taking more chances and risk everything in the business is just what you should do and trust that you will manage it. I guess.
And you also said wrong people or like hiring maybe the wrong people that
we did lose a lot of money in one occasion. Maybe we shouldn't.
We shouldn't talk too much about it, but it's a lesson learned.
Lesson learned. And I think also we bought Fighter Sport in 2006. We thought we would just be very good at running a completely different business from what we were used to. And that proved to be a little bit wrong. But we managed it and we fixed it, and it turned out quite good. But in those couple of years there where we were working our asses off to make it work, we should have had a different approach. We should have been taken the problem more seriously sooner, and we should have fixed it permanently sooner with, you know, hiring a CEO for the company, focusing on getting it where we wanted for him to take over.
Getting the logistics, which was a huge problem. People that knew that.
Having more competence in that, or attracting people that had the competence. That would be a smarter way than what we did.
Should have done it sooner.
And we chose the hard way. We just worked our way through it. And we were in the warehouse several times, shuffling goods here and there, packing web shop orders until midnight, and
climbing 8 meters up on the shelves, which is illegal, of course. Hanging up there, trying to get something down, throwing it down. I agree. That's something to learn from.
We could have done that differently.
Would you say that you had a time that business went well and things were running, and then something happened or something changed that made a setback, or changed your life for a period of time? Or
when we're talking about screw ups, then that's the most important things, and of course there's been small screw ups all the time. But that's just part of doing what we're doing. But there's been also a couple of rough times. I lost my brother. He died of cancer 5 years ago, and that was a huge setback personally. And things kind of don't come back to being the same after that. And that was a very rough time, and a time that you really need to dig down for staying on the path, staying focused, but also allowing yourself to feel sadness and grief and stuff like that, and you need to deal with it in a good way. And I think also that's part of having good colleagues, partners, family that helps you through also those kind of rough hours, rough times. But that's like an incident when something like that happens. I feel that the 2 years following that kind of just went by, that you're not really. It just flew by. I kind of lost 2 years there. That I don't really know what happened.
Almost can't remember it.
It's very strange. It's very close, and I remember him, but the time after was very strange. So well.
That's a pretty. What we call
rough thing.
rough part of the journey.
Definitely. And I do think I like when stuff like that happens, personal tragedies, like it can give you permanent setbacks, but and it can even ruin your career or your business. But for me, things went very well. I'm happy for that. But that really challenges your way of, I don't know, your life happiness. You really have to take responsibility for your own happiness and how you deal with
your
life.
life.
And definitely. Otherwise, it can go the other way, or like have massive negative consequences.
Yeah.
So, but I think also like I love what I do, and I train a lot, and I have good friends and family and stuff like that, and
children.
And children.
Yeah.
It's I think that's something that is really important in your life. It keeps you happy.
Yeah. Great answer. So today then?
Yeah.
What do you think, business-wise? Now we have like this huge goal going into Europe, 400 gyms.
Yes.
We are going 100% for that.
Yeah.
What do you think? What is it for you that inspires you to actually make that big leap? Not just sit there and relax.
Becoming fat and happy.
Becoming fat and happy. Why take new risks?
Yeah, because that's actually it's an interesting question, because we are in the position that if we wanted to, we could like scale down our growth ambition, and we could save a lot of costs per year, and have a really profitable business and just take it easy.
Yeah.
But we don't.
No.
Because we want to do something more. Why? I think it has a lot to do with just the need to do something more all the time, to develop your skills, to develop your goals, to make a footprint when we leave this planet. And also it's kind of also a competitive thing, because both you and I have competed in martial arts years ago, and we don't do that anymore. But we're still competitive in our minds, right? And business-wise, how do you compete? You compete with yourself, and as to how far can you build the business. So instead of timing how fast you run the marathon, we set our goals for 400 gyms, or 500 or 300, or that's the way we compete. And I think that's something we have to do to just stay motivated and stay healthy, kind of.
Because then you have a purpose all the time.
Yeah.
Something to
And maybe it's a little bit childish as well, just to show how much you can do.
How far can you go?
Yeah.
How far can you take this?
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up, Fredrik.
Let's wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up. The last thing I was thinking about is when you started your entrepreneurial journey, you were in the beginning of your tennis or something.
Yeah.
If you would go back to that 20-year-old and you could start all over again, what do you know today that you would change and would say, okay, I'm going to do it this way, because now you know all of these things?
Yeah.
What would that be?
That would be, I think I would do at least two things. Number one, I would start working on the staff, more focused, like building the staff, building the people around me to join the business, to grow the business faster. Because I think I operated, this was one gym. It was kind of a one-man show too long, I think. I should have changed the mode of operating a little bit quicker, or just from day one. And number two, I think just being even more focused and consequent and focused on the different targets that or goals that I was setting. I've always enjoyed myself, right? I'm pretty
having a lot of fun.
I have a lot of fun often,
yeah.
And that kind of can distract my focus from reaching the goals, right? Or just like, so maybe just being a little bit more serious about the goals earlier.
And then having fun.
And then having fun, yes. I think that was, for me, being 22 years old, that's the advice.
That's a great advice. So, that's some really good answers.
Okay, thanks. I passed the test.
You passed the test. Let's have a man hug.
Pleasure working with this guy.
You can see that. Okay, Fredrik.
Yes.
This was a nice
conversation.
Absolutely.
I hope you guys enjoyed, found it interesting.
Yeah, and that you, of course, watch us next Thursday.
Yes.
And what do they need to remember?
To hit the subscribe button.
And
notification
button.
The
Bell.
Yes.
Bell.
Do it.